I say, I know what kind of bird's gonna holler that way at night. Not a hoot owl. There's never a bird I've ever heard holler like that.
Hold on.
He made a whistle.
Well, and not just an owl. Apparently, there's different species of owl. So we're gonna find out what type he's talking about.
I say, I know what kind of bird's gonna holler that way at night. Not a hoot owl.
Nope. Not a. It's kind of like he's saying hoot at, but he's saying hoot owl. In case you were wondering what different types of owls. Well, apparently there's a movie out called The Owls of the Guardians of Guhurara, which is another thing. We went and saw The Last Air Striker the other day, or Airbender. The movie is
pitiful.
4 thumbs down.
P.S. Brett Rogers, we're eating for you.
Yes, Brett.
Wish you were here.
But it's healthy because it's baked peaches, but it's cinnamon sugar. But it was a terrible movie. And then they bring out this movie called The Guardians of Guhuru. And the director says it's much like The Lord of the Rings. Which, I replied to my boss, Ding, I said, the guy's an idiot. And he should be shot. Because you can't compare owls to Lord of the Rings.
No.
So anyways, Knobby is this thing. And
the guy kind of offended me because he said he was real hairy, which I am. He said the only thing that looked normal on the guy's body was his forehead, which I have a large one.
He said he has a human forehead.
Yeah, that's a large. Thanks, bud.
I hope you can get this in right here.
It's huge. The ladies like it, though.
Yeah.
That's a lie. So it was a little offensive that he commented on the forehead thing. I think people's foreheads should be left alone.
Yeah.
That's just personal. He also is a smoker.
He's a smoker. There's a scene where he's got a cigarette.
Which
we think it's a cigarette.
Could be a cigarette.
But he also, at one point, says this. He had a really hairy beard. Which...
Past his navel.
Well, past his navel. Which... How would you describe a beard? Hairy. So as opposed to a non-hairy beard? That's what I don't understand. He goes, there's a really hairy beard.
Yeah.
As opposed to not hairy. So
I have mixed feelings about Bigfoot sightings.
Yeah. I don't have mixed feelings.
Because I don't believe I liked Harry and the Hendersons, but I have an aunt named Wanda.
Of course you do.
Not kidding. Who saw a giant condor once. And it landed in her backyard.
A bird.
But giant. So giant that it bent a pine tree over. And she's in this book where they cite Bigfoots. It's called a Thunderbird. She's not crazy. She's a Christian. But she saw a giant condor, so maybe there's a chance.
There's no way that Stephen S. saw a... But, so, we'll go on to... Let's talk about... We passed 10 minutes, but I'll cut some stuff up. We talked about Harry and the Hendersons. Let's talk about movies that you've cried to. Harry and the Hendersons was one. When I remember living in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Harry and the Harry was met.
That would be what a Bigfoot would sound like.
That's Star Wars. That's a Wookiee.
Yeah, but he looks like a Bigfoot. Oh, I have to say this.
No. So, Harry into the wild, and he tells him no, and he slaps him, and I lose my mind.
That's child abuse.
And my mom says, Kyle, you're 10 years old, grow up.
Says, what kind of animal is that? It's scurrying on 2 feet. Because birds apparently have 8 feet.
Well, I think he meant, which it was part of it, because he says his friends thought it was a bird. Did you see it and think it was a bird? Or did you hear it and think it was a bird?
Significant difference.
And check out the drawing. If I had a pen, I'd draw it. But the drawing looks like my 3-year-old cousin drew it. And just kind of scribbled and drew it out. Which is kind of ridiculous.
I don't get it. Okay, movies that made you cry.
Movies that made you cry. Harry and the Hendersons, Turner and Hooch, Canine.
You like dogs.
Yeah, Animals That Die. The Patriot. I don't know if anyone's seen The Patriot. We were sitting in the Sigma Chi house, because I was Sigma Chi, and all these tough guys are sitting there watching it. And Mel Gibson, who, I don't know if you've been watching the news, but apparently he's been in the news lately because he
He's
yelled
a
at
nice
his wife.
man.
He likes all sorts of people.
So
So
mom still thinks he gets it. I heard him say that. That's all I'm saying.
and so he's sitting there and he rides off on his horse and he's trying to get his little daughter, and his daughter says, "Daddy, wait!" And literally, all of the Sigma guys lose our minds.
She hadn't
Start
spoken in
crying.
like
She hadn't
2
spoken
years.
in, it was like 2 years. So that was the movies I cried in, and more than that, I cry at American Idol. So
I probably cried during here. There's the Lion King.
ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Maybe The Notebook, but I didn't say that.
That movie sucks.
Legends of the Fall. I don't know. I cry often. It feels
What are
good.
your top 3 best movies?
Legends of the Fall,
Okay.
Star Wars, all of them, and maybe I can't remember what it's called. It's got
It's good,
they
huh?
jump on trains. It takes place in India somewhere. Slumdog Millionaire wants to be a millionaire.
I would say Lord of the Rings, Usual Suspects. If you haven't seen Usual Suspects, go watch it right now.
I haven't seen it. That's a pretty big difference between
And
us.
it's
That doesn't happen often.
It's 10 feet from us, and we have to watch it. Usual Suspects, and then I'll probably put Fletch, because I named my dog after Fletch. Which, let's introduce my dogs. Sit down. See, there's Fletch, and there's Bailey.
Here, baby.
See how good they are?
They're good dogs.
Apparently, I treat them as people. Kyle made fun of me on an assignment that he told all the work group bosses that I treat them like people. And so, which is kind of true, because I talked to them. And Kyle just fed him human food, which the vet specifically told me not to give him. But Fletch drank paint as a puppy one time.
Anything else you want to add before we leave?
Hey, here's the deal. We know only about 10 people watch this, and then a couple people, the show name Unnameless, think it's boring and don't like it.
I wonder who that is.
If you're watching, you know who you are.
I might pop Fred on you.
Yeah. But if you have something you'd like us to talk about, go ahead and post on there, because chances are we have an opinion on it. We have opinion on everything.
I'd love to talk about it because we don't like to talk at all.
No. So, in closing, excuse me. I'm done. What I need to say.
Crooked Creek people, I'll see you soon. Austin people, I might see you in a couple weeks. I got a wedding there, so.
Frontier Range people, none of who are watching this, I'll see you soon. Austin people, make sure you sing
Ain't No Rock.
Ain't No Rock. Make sure you sing it in front of a club
Gonna
room.
Hit me in the face, something like that.
And make sure you don't let me sing with you. But
Yeah,
hey,
do you remember what you signed out on?
uh-huh.
Good.
Zip it up and zip it out.
In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
All right.
Peace.